Hello world, my name is Sam and we are back again with another video on The Flash season 6 episode 2. So today it was crisis issues. So it was an interesting episode. Firstly, The Flash vanishes. To those who haven't watched, The Flash vanishes and there's a new character or a two member who has been added in Team Flash. And what's next? What else can be next? The enemy seems like it's now building up a team or something. That's what it looked like it's happening. So let's find out as we go through. So without wasting any time, I would like you to click that like button and click the subscribe button, because I do videos like this each and every day. And subscribe for more, because I'll keep on releasing different videos each and every time whenever I get the chance. So without wasting time, let's get started. So from last episode, we left out the Monitor had confronted Team Flash, or Flash and Iris, telling them that he has no any other choice but he has to going to die for the world to be safe. So the Flash, his mission today, they were talking about how they can actually approach the issue and try to find out how they can do so that they can survive this crisis on Infinity Earths that is coming. So we find out that there's actually a lot. As you can see, there's Barry trying to deal with the issue with the Iris as they're talking. So we go back to our villain of the season. As we know, it seems like his powers of whatever he's using his dark matter to do, they're now getting into other people. They're now actually affecting other people, and getting more people into his team or something like that. That's what I still think. As you can see, he's still shocked because he has no idea what is happening. So like what I was saying, Frosty gets a life. For the first time, we find the personality of Killer Frost, which is not only killing people or fighting people, but actually trying to get a life and get along with the people that she meets around and try to live a better life. I think that's what you can actually say, which was interesting. I think it was funny if you look at how the characters were dealing with the issue. So we get Cecile and Joe as they are trying to work together. Remember that she's the defensive attorney and he is the chief of police now, so she gets cases from him and they try to solve them however they can. So today she was dealing with the meta-human who the person was always in juvie almost her rest of her life, so she becomes a radioactive person. So she had to be the person who she go to the judge so that she gives her into prison, or she makes her go to prison. I think that's how we're gonna say it. So we find out something interesting at this. So as I'm saying, Killer, she's trying to get a life, and it's not really looking well for Ralph and Cisco and all the people who are with that, because she has to deal with that art thing that seems like the TPs or something, toilet papers and stuff, which is weird. I think that is not art. So Barry, because he couldn't manage to go to the after day, what he had decided with that was for him to travel to the afterlife, or after the day he's supposed to disappear, and see what caused him to go. So he failed to do that, and he had to go to Jay Garrick, or the Flash from Earth 3. So he goes there and they try to sort up some stuff so that they can see how they can deal with the issue and try to find out what is happening, really what is going to lead into that thing. So we go back to this. We go back to our current villain, or the person who has been prosecuted as the person who was killed. So Cecile, as she goes close to her, she realized that this kid was actually, what can I say? She was actually clean. She didn't actually kill anybody. She didn't deserve to be in this position, because she was being blamed for crimes that she didn't even commit. So we go back to that. We come back to this part. So it just turns out that Jay Garrick from Earth 3, the Flash from Earth 3's wife is actually Barry's actual mother, which is a little bit awkward because Jay Garrick is also the father of Barry, and now it turns out that the father and the mother from Earth 3, these two people are actually the actual parents of Barry, which is a little bit awkward for Barry, because he's actually looking at people who raised him to the party where Joe took over, and he has to act like everything is normal while he's looking at his actual parents. He cannot show emotions and stuff like that, which was a little bit weird. It's hard to actually to hand over a human being I can actually understand. In my case, I don't know what to do when I know that my mom and dad are dead and I have to see them in another person's face. It'll be really awkward. And I understand his situation. It was actually weird for him to deal with. So we get to whatever they think that they had to do. So it found out that Barry had to see a billion alternatives for this issue. I think they kind of took that from Avenger Endgame, if you remember Avenger Endgame, where Strange had to see billion or multi-millions ways of dealing with the issue that they had to do of Thanos and find a way. So I feel like it was I don't know what should I say. They took it from Comic-Con, from Marvel Infinity War Endgame. I think that's how they had to deal with it, Infinity War and Endgame. So as you are seeing, as you can see, Killer Frost running with Ralph Dibny, which was actually weird, wondering what is that thing that is causing them to disappear. As you can see here in this, if you have actually watched the episode, you see that Iris actually disappears to nothing else, which destroys Barry, and he finds himself not be able to move for about some time because he was trying to understand what was going to happen. So it was actually eating him alive, which was weird. I thought the Flash would end or anything. The reason why it was eating him alive, because the only way he has found that the only way he can survive is actually if he himself runs until he overruns his speed, until he disappears into nothingness. So the only way for the world to be saved is for the Flash to sacrifice himself or to actually die. So which was weird. So let's go back to our other stories, because they were trying to run two stories at the same time. We go back to the Raft story, where that meta-human who was supposed to be the good person that Sisu had seen with the meta powers, that she was actually innocent and she knew the person who had done it. As she was trying to be helped by Ralph and who was that? Ralph and Iris, I think. Yeah. She kind of like releases her power, radioactivity, her powers, and it actually eats up Ralph. That's why he has that weird funny face. It was actually fun. So we end up finding out that it wasn't actually her who was killing the people. It was actually her cousin. And her cousin, they know each other. Her cousin was another meta-human who got the same powers as her, but he seems like he has a kid, actually deadly, or maybe has to actually deal with. So we get to meet up the cousin who has the same tattoo as her. That's why the witness identified the person with the tattoo, because she remembers the tattoo, not the actual person. So she actually discovered. So she wanted to kill her cousin so that she won't be discovered that she's still alive, because if you watch the before story, she actually dies in prison. So it was actually a weird way to find out more, and I think for you to actually understand the storyline, you just have to go watch it. So the Flash comes back after he saves the people, and they actually find out Katie or Killer Frost is trying by all means to create life, and it's actually working out for her now. It's actually working out well for her. So we hope and see whatever that happens. We're enjoying Killer Frost. We're just saying that we don't want the Katie personnel to die from our actor, but we just want them to balance up, and maybe we have two versions. So today they wanted to give us a full episode of Killer Frost, us spending time with Frost, trying to get to know her at a personal level, trying to fall in love with our superhero in a way, even though we know she's the dangerous superhero we have. And I enjoyed how Cisco and Ralph are playing along, trying to help her adjust to their new life. So like I was saying, the Flash team, are they aiding another human being, or are we having another character joining the Team Flash? Because we have a girl who controls radioactivity, and I believe there's always some way or a way for the team to help, so that she can help the team other way in terms of the next villains that they all meet, or the next super villains that they have to fight and win up to. So we are waiting to find out how her storyline will play out, but I hope it will be interesting, and I hope we enjoy her, and I hope she will enjoy to be in Team Flash, because I know that's where she's going. Which leads me to the next villain. So we remember that person who was being absorbed. I think his blood was still numbed, where the person came back to life, and he's our dear doctor was playing around with dark matter, which clearly told him in the first time that this is a bad thing, this is bad for him to be playing with dark matter, but you don't listen when somebody thinks that he can save the world. So I don't know how it plays out to be, but I believe it's going to be a villain for the season. But the first villain that we have to fight as Team Flash is the first one, where Barry has to die. I don't believe Barry is going to die, but I wonder how is he going to help to get away from this? How are they going to twist the solo story for him to be alive after episode 8 or 9? I don't know how it's going to play out in the Crisis of Infinity Earths, but I know that's when Oliver, we're going to lose Oliver there if you're off the Arrow. So the Arrow is out. I think I'm going to watch it, then I'll do the preview in the evening. Right now I have to do something and go around, maybe do some work or something. But this has been me. Tell me what you think about the episode, and tell me what you think was going to happen next, and how is this thing going to play out, because we have too many questions that we need answers from and we don't know how it's going to play out. And I hope you guys can help me and help each other to find out how it plays out. So this has been Sam doing on the Flash season 6 episode 2.